One of the biggest challenges of going on exchange is learning a whole new language. So here are some tips for before your exchange and during your exchange that you can use to help your language learning skills go way quicker. So you can download applications for your phone, such as Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and Babbel. You can try to get a tutor in your host language there in Chicago, but you might not find one. And if worst comes to worst, just learn the most important phrases, such as hi, how are you, because you don't want to show up in your host country and not be able to say anything to your host parents. It's kind of awkward. So during your exchange, you can take notes during class, even if you don't need to, and pay attention just so you can start hearing the language and differentiating between words. You can also ask friends for children's books in your host language. People are more than willing to help others learn their language. Don't speak English with other people, even if they really, really want to. It's hard, but don't. Watch TV in your host language with subtitles. People on TV speak a lot quicker than in real life, and you'll start picking your language up like that. And also, try to get a tutor in your host country. Rotary may provide you with one, but if they don't, it's still a pretty good idea. So good luck on your exchanges.
My name's Abby, and I'm on exchange in Hungary. So what I'm going to be talking about is dealing with change and how to be open with it. And I've come up with 4 points that you should think about when thinking about your exchange and going through with it. So the first point is reducing expectations. So you can have reasonable expectations of how you'd like something to turn out, but reducing your expectations about a situation can help you accept whatever may come from it. The second point is to acknowledge change. Be aware that change can happen in your life. This means understanding that things can and will be different from how they are now. My third point is to learn from the experience. If you accept and embrace change, you will start looking for and finding lessons in it. Change becomes your greatest teacher, but only if you give yourself permission to learn from it. The last point is to recognize that you're growing stronger. When you accept, embrace, and learn from change, you inevitably grow stronger. And when we can accept change, learn from it, and become all the better from experiencing it, change is no longer our enemy. It becomes our teacher. I think these points, they not only apply in your exchange year, but life in general. And I think that if you just think about these and is open to dealing with change, then you'll be great. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle. I'm from Buffalo Grove, the United States, and I'm now in Taidong, Taiwan. I'm an exchange student just like you guys, and what I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm just going to give you some tips on living in your country, like who you're going to hang out with, what you're going to spend time with. So you guys, of course, you know you're going to have like a host family, and maybe you're going to have a host sibling, so they might be like close buddy, but you can't expect that your whole time in your country will just be with like indigenous people from that country. As you guys know, there's a big chance that there's going to be other exchange students in your city or your district. I mean, duh. And, well, the cool thing about exchange students, they're in the same shoes as you, and they're going through a lot of the same ups and downs of the whole exchange process as you. So you're going to have a lot in common with these other exchange students. So being friends with them is a good way to go. So don't take that to the next level, though. I mean, you want to have like your exchange student friends, but you also want to have, like, say I'm from Taiwan. I also want Taiwanese friends. So you don't want just all one or all the other. So the whole moral of the story, make friends and always say yes. So, all right. Good luck, guys.
So my advice to you guys is to try to keep up with politics and with the news, both in the United States and also in your host country. It doesn't have to be something that you spend a whole lot of time working on. Just remember to, watch the news, read the newspaper, or just talk about current events with your host family and with your family back at home. A lot of people are super interested in American politics, especially presidential elections and all that kind of stuff that's going on. So just try your best to read the news and to keep up with all of that stuff, because there's a really good chance that people are going to ask you about it. Other than that, you don't necessarily have to be an expert, so just try to keep informed, be a good citizen, be a good ambassador, and you guys are going to be awesome. I'll see you guys at the conference. Alles Gute, bis Juli, and yeah, cheers!
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I live in Brazil right now, and I'm here to give you a few pointers about patience before and during your exchange. Before your exchange, you will need a lot of patience because you all will be extremely excited to go, but some of you guys might lose papers, and that does hold you back a few weeks. So I would recommend not getting angry about this and try learning the language more, talking to your families more, so then you're not a complete stranger, and then also making sure you're ready to say goodbye. And then during your exchange, you need the most patience when you first arrive, and then when you switch families, because when you first arrive, you absolutely know nothing, so obviously you need patience. Just give it time, and you will adapt to everything, and everything does get easier. You will have a bunch of homesickness, and you will feel like kind of out of place, but soon you will feel like a family in that house, and it all just get easier. And it's the same with the second family, but this time you kind of know the language a bit more, you know the culture, but there will be a little bit of culture difference, but it is easier, but it does feel like you're kind of moving away from your family again, and that's the hard part. So you might even have homesickness from your other home in that town, which is completely normal, and that's basically it. My recommendation is just give it time and don't get angry if something's a little bit different. So I hope you guys have a great exchange, and I'll see you all at Grand Rapids.
Hi, my name is Sophie Rogers. I am an exchange student to Chile from Woodstock, Illinois, and I am currently living on the archipelago of Chiloé, which is a group of like 40 islands in the Pacific lower part of Chile. It's a really great place to live, and I love it. Before I went on exchange, I studied Spanish for about 11 years, or 10 years, I think. And as part of the dual language program, where I took like half my classes in Spanish and half my classes in English. But no matter how much language experience you have, it really doesn't matter because culture shock will affect you in some way or another. Culture shock is what you experience when you go to a new culture, and I think that the biggest thing about culture shock is that all of these expectations that you had about how things would be and how people would be are broken, and I think that that's really difficult for people because it's a very different experience. So you just live this completely different life from anything you've ever lived before. One thing that I would say to do throughout culture shock is just continue to ask questions. I feel like that's really how I got through my culture shock, and I now feel myself not as an outsider to the Chilean and Chilote culture, but more of someone who's in it. But I really hope that you guys have a fantastic exchange. I know that it will be hard. Being an exchange student is not easy, but they chose you for a reason, and you guys are all going to do so great. Keep your minds open and just be excited for exchange because it's going to be the best time of your life. So yeah, I love you all. See you later. Bye.
Hello, my name is Aria Davis, and I am studying abroad in Italy, and I'm going to talk to you about how to pack for your exchange. When it comes to clothing, I would either pack things that you truly, truly love or things that are neutral. Only pack things that you love because you don't have enough space to pack a sweater that you're second guessing or a pair of jeans that you don't quite like. Only pack things that you truly feel like you can run the world in. And second, pack things that are neutral because your style will change a lot while you study abroad. In a year, it changes a lot. And you might not have the language skills right away to ask to go shopping or to ask to buy something that you need. And it's nice to have, a couple normal t-shirts or some nice pairs of jeans to lay back on until you figure out exactly what your style is. And plus, for example, try to stay away from things that are overly a style that is just American. I know that in Europe, in Italy, I have never seen a girl wearing leggings or Ugg boots or anything very, American designer. It's very, very rare. So I'm really glad that I left a lot of that stuff at home because it's things that I don't see here. Second of all, when it comes to packing, try to leave a lot of keepsakes at home, things that truly, truly mean a lot to you. I know you're going to want to bring them with you, because I did too, but when you're coming home, you might not want to pack them with you. Well, you're going to have to pack them with you, but it might be difficult to find the space to do that. I would recommend trying to pack only things that you're going to be using within that year, and only things that you truly, truly love and need and can't live without. All right, thank you so much for listening. You can find me on Facebook, and if you ever want to talk or have more questions, you can reach out to me. I am always available to talk.
I'm Lady Ando. I'm on exchange in São Pedro, Brazil, and I'm going to give you a little advice on staying in touch with people back home. What I personally do with my parents is I talk to them once every 2 weeks on Skype, and then if we need something in between, I'll email them, I'll message them on Facebook, or I even Snapchat my dad sometimes. It works really well, I think, because you have enough time in between to go out and do stuff and focus on your life and your exchange, but then when you talk to your parents, you actually have things to tell them and things that you did. If you talk to them every day, it's going to be like, oh, I went to school today. And then, it's not, I just think you won't have as much stuff to talk about. And also, it's often enough that you don't feel like you're missing them, but it also doesn't make you more homesick. And then with friends, a quick snap or a message on Facebook, or something that's really good is WhatsApp. So maybe convince your friends to get it, and you should get it. It's like international texting, but with internet. It's great. And then if you are in a romantic relationship, make sure you talk everything out before you go, and keep your mind open to change, because you're going on exchange. You never know what's going to happen. So congratulations, and have a great year, guys.